Hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. Gonna take up the Aeros RC F4U CORSAIR. Got the drop tanks on her today. Got landing lights. She got the nav lights. They don't blink. I hate lights. I mean, I know some lights need to blink, but they don't blink on this one. And I like that myself. Got a steerable tail wheel with a cobweb on it. Shows you how long it's been. And the plane does have something that you won't find in the manual, but it's got that little yellow pigtail, so if you plug that in,
motor on.
You have thrust reverse.
Brakes off.
That you don't need it. You don't need it. There's no flapped elevator mix needed.
Takeoff flaps.
So we're going to do takeoff flaps. Right, left, up, down, right, left. My rates are 100% throws over 30% expo. Remember, you want to get with a warbird, you want to get that tail up off the ground, drive her on her wheels for a little while, and then pick up speed and let her lift off, and then just get enough elevator to lift off. Landing the same way. Let them wheels come down, keep that tail off the ground, let that speed decrease, and that tail should drop naturally. All right, got a 4S 2700. I want to say it's got a 40C discharge. Right, left, up, down, right, left. All right, motor's now on. Timer set for 6 minutes. Here we go.
Flaps up. Gear up.
As you can see on a 4S, she's got some serious punch. All right, we're gonna bring her by full speed, but into the wind. Take her up. All right, that's full speed there. Whoa. My poor camera precious is like, give me some warning. But yeah, on 4S, she's plenty agile. And that's with the tanks on. Wind's starting to pick up. See how I let that wheel, so that tail stay up? And I'm holding the elevator up to keep it up, but not enough elevator for it to take off again. Just enough to keep that tail up. And then slowly decreasing that up elevator, letting that tail drop. Now, if I wanted the tail to really stay up, I would put a little bit of down elevator, and that's going to lift that plane, lift that tail. So just kind of holding that tail up with the force of the wind. All right, I'm going to do the same thing. Take off, staying on my rudder. Then just pull up on the elevator and she'll lift right up for you.
Gear up. Didn't
need any takeoff flaps. I'll take it a little bit easier this time. Give my poor camera precious a break. Not go fly quite so crazy. I mean, she does such a good job keeping up with my planes as it is. All right.
Down. Landing flaps.
All right, we're going to low landing flaps this time. Wind has died a little bit. Well, now it picks back up, but we'll do it anyways. The flaps on this are actually pretty small. They're not scale. And get up over the runway here. Yeah, now let the tail settle down the rest of the way.
Flaps up.
I want to show you them flaps. They're not split flaps and they're not full flaps like a lot of the Corsairs are. They're just a partial flap.
Landing flaps.
So you can see. But they're relatively effective. Alright. Turn around here. Love the markings. Get on that center line. Love the markings on this airplane. Remember, stay on the rudder. Let that tail lift up. Drive the plane.
Gear up.
Gliding by. Take it up. Stall turn. Well, a little bit of one. Inverted with a gull wing plane is actually one of the easiest planes to learn inverted on. Because a gull wing plane is just as stable inverted as it is not inverted, right side up. Okay.
Landing flaps.
All right, we're going to come by, put our landing flaps in, going to go into the wind, and we're going to try to fly by as low. Now that's one of the things where I chicken out, is flying just a little too low. I'll fly as low as I'm comfortable. That's pretty much it right there.
Take off flap. Gear down.
Put my flaps back up. Never take your finger off that throttle. Oh, I don't like my positioning.
Flaps up. Time remaining 2 minutes.
There. We can do better than that though. Get on the center line there. Staying on my rudder. Driving her up. Just drive that plane. Do that again. She's very, very easy on the battery. Plenty of power, but I highly recommend flying her on it. Even though the manufacturer calls for a 3S, this plane does fine on a 4S. All right. Not the best landing, but we're going to call it quits right there. No, we're not. One more. One more. Got to do one more.
Time remaining 1 minute.
Be all right. And don't forget,
braking, brakes off, landing flaps,
just had to. Mister, one more time.
flaps up,
Didn't like it.
30 seconds,
That's what I wanted right there. There you go. I was going to stay at it until I got the landing I wanted. I'm running with the wind, so you got to keep that tail planted.
prop secured,
All right. In case you don't remember, that's after that long flight. 22 seconds shy of a 6-minute timer. Check the battery, and I'll show you. Oh, just to share with you my flap settings, there's no elevator to flap mix. But for takeoff flaps on a spectrum, flaps up are a -100, takeoff are 0%, no mix, no mix. Landing is a positive 100% with no mix. Just so you know. Okay? It's just nasty here. Show you where I've got battery and everything. I've got a 2700 4S in there, but first, let me show you those lights. That is the Lemon RX 7-channel Gen 2 receiver with stabilizer. Now, it doesn't have self-level, it just has AS3X, and I have those gains on the knob up here. Now, if I want to have max, see how much those gyros are compensating? Or if I don't want to have any compensation, nothing. So I was flying with just a little bit. Just a little bit. So if you're flying along really fast and you don't have much wind and she starts oscillating, you've got your gyro, your gains too high. Pull them back. If you're flying along and the wind really starting and she's really rocking around, then you want to turn your gains back up a little bit to correct for the plane to stabilize in the wind. It's not self-level. It's not going to save you. Not going to keep you from crashing. Okay. Now the battery sits in this way and it goes down this channel. Okay. You don't have to worry. It goes actually at an angle, and it goes in like this at an angle in there and fits down in that channel. And you don't even have to worry about Velcro because the front of that battery hatch holds that plane in place. So you don't even have to worry about that. Now it does come with a tray that you could use for a more brick style, but those batteries are too small for me to get the CG right. So I use a larger 2700 or bigger. I've had up to a 3300 in this. Okay. 27%, so 6 minutes, well, really 5.5, because I was hitting pretty hard. If you fly hard, 2700, I'd put it at 5.5 minutes, because that really, 27%, I like them back more like 30 when they come back. Well, anyways, folks, that is a Liperior, actually got a 30C. 2700 4S with a 30C discharge. Battery's a little warm. And that, folks, is the Aero's F4U CORSAIR. And she's got lights, she's got drop tank, she's got reverse, she's got flaps, retracts. Just a great flying plane. Great first warbird. If you're wanting to get into the warbirds, this makes a great first warbird. Now she flies just fine on 3S, but she'll fly scale on 3S, put it that way. She'll fly like a warbird looks. But you put a 4S in her, man, you take that tray out, put that 4S in there, boy, I tell you what. she comes alive. Well, you saw how fast she can fly. She'll be ballistic for you. Well, that's a great flying plane. Folks, thank you so much for watching. Hobby Zone, thank you for sending this plane out for me for a review. It is an absolutely gorgeous warbird, 1100 millimeter, just a perfect size. You should never, I mean, this plane this size, you shouldn't have to take the wing off to store it, but just a good flying plane. Folks, thank you for watching. God is good, and don't forget, folks, faith, family, and friends. And then F4U CORSAIRs, and by the way, spoiler, I got another CORSAIR that's much bigger, and it's not from FMS. Y'all have a good, and God bless y'all. Bye-bye.